Hey, good morning, everybody. I am so glad you're here. I'm Rita Hickman, body mind expert, shiatsu massage therapist, here to see you again on a Monday morning. I'm thrilled that you showed up. Anyways, today we are talking about we're talking about whether narcissists deserve love. Now, that's a pretty weird, big question, isn't it? It's something I've been exploring lately. I've got a close friend who I go see, and she's a psychic. It's pretty fabulous. And so every so often, every month or so, I go check in with her and get some really wonderful insight. And one of the things that I was encouraged to work on is to really clean out my little corners of beliefs that have gotten in the way, that slow me down, that when I wake up in the morning are sitting there kind of in my subconscious, affecting my mood and affecting my thoughts. And so I've been exploring those little corners and sweeping them out. And one of the things that came up was deserving of love. One of the damages that a narcissist has on someone, whether the narcissist was a mother or a father or a brother or somebody else, is that they plant in our mind that somehow we're not deserving of love because of how they treat us, because of what they say, because of the love that they struggle to give us, because we can't get the love that we need to evolve and grow, the kindness and the nurturing and the affection, the ideal part of love. We end up carrying this belief that we're not deserving of love. That as human beings who vibrate on a level of kindness and who vibrate in the same wavelength as kindness and affection, we're designed for that. When we believe that we're not worthy of love, what happens is we don't get love. We don't get the love that we want. We don't get the love that we need because we end up caught up in this idea and this feeling and this belief of how angry we can get because we're not getting the love that we need. So, this also applies to a narcissist. A narcissist can be one of the best lessons in life. And this is why. Because a narcissist forces you to look at yourself, it forces you to feel the things that maybe have been getting in your way. It takes those deep buried things and bring it to the surface so that you can face them directly. You can face them head on and say, you know what? I don't believe this. And I'm going to think these other thoughts. So when we start looking at a narcissist as worthy of love, what happens is we look at ourselves as worthy of love, as deserving love. When we look at a narcissist as deserving love, it doesn't have to be from us. Oh, no, not at all. See, here's one of the interesting things is there's a wide variety of people in the world. And some people are wired to be able to love a narcissist because they don't get hijacked by their emotions. They don't have all of this baggage. Maybe they aren't as close to a narcissist. Maybe they've got some distance. The stories that women tell me, I can look at them sometimes and be like, yeah, I know you did this thing. And I love you because it doesn't cause me pain. It doesn't trigger me. I can see past my emotion to the person underneath. So there's people for everybody, and there's people for the narcissist too that can help them evolve and grow and learn their lessons and do what they need to do. And there's people for you. Doesn't necessarily mean that the person for you is the narcissist. Doesn't mean you leave yourself vulnerable and open. But what it does do is you start saying to yourself, you know what? I know that I feel that I don't deserve love. I know that the narcissist has brainwashed me and imprinted me with the idea that I don't deserve love. I know that. But that's not true. And I don't want to believe it anymore. And so when you start making that shift, when you start changing what you think consciously, purposefully, and saying, no, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. When that happens, we start looking for and finding and discovering and being open to the love that's there. I had a close friend of mine that said recently, they said, you know what? I was taking the distraction I was accepting the distraction, but I wasn't accepting the love. And that's true. You deserve love. How do you know that? Because a narcissist deserves love too. Everybody deserves love. And just because you might not be the person that a narcissist needs right now, and just because a narcissist might not be the person that you need anymore, might not you might not need them to keep pushing those buttons. You might not need them to keep reminding you of that pain. Let's turn it around and work on the source of the pain. And the source of the pain is the fact that you aren't getting the love and the nourishing and the nurturing that you need. It doesn't mean that you don't deserve it. But if you don't have it, if you haven't collected it in your life, if you haven't found it and resonated with it and invited it in, then a narcissist reminds you of that crack that you have, that crack that like the Japanese fix their broken pottery, fill it with gold. So if you're not getting the love that you want, it has nothing to do with whether you deserve it or not. If a narcissist isn't giving you the love that you need, it's not because you don't deserve it, because they deserve it too. It's because that in this situation, they're not capable of giving you what you need, and you aren't capable of giving them what they need. Because no matter how evolved, no matter how smart, no matter how whatever you are, if you aren't in a good place, if you still have things that you're really cleaning up and working on, then you might not be the right partner for a narcissist either. They may need somebody who doesn't get triggered. They may need somebody who doesn't have their baggage and their wounds and their own PTSD. They may need somebody who didn't have a narcissistic mother. They need somebody who 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 doesn't respond or react the way that everybody else would, and actually should, because nobody should have to put up with that stuff. But for some people, it doesn't bother them. It's not that big of a deal. So, do narcissists deserve love? Yes. Do you deserve love? Absolutely. And so, the deeper question is not why don't you deserve love, but rather, why do you believe you don't deserve love? And you don't even have to go that deep. You don't even have to know the why. You can just flip the switch and start telling yourself, you know what, I deserve love. I deserve love. And then start looking for it, start finding it, start seeing the love in the birds that come to your door, or the deer that cross your path, or the turkeys that show up in your backyard, or the trees that are constantly breathing and sharing and communicating with each other and loving each other. Look for love because you deserve it. How do you know? Because a narcissist deserves it too. And when you start making this shift, when you start looking at the deeper issue, which is the fact that for some reason, and most likely because of the narcissist, you've been brainwashed into thinking that you don't deserve love, which is why all this abuse comes your way, why you don't stop it, why you don't look for it in other areas, why don't you find the people that can give you that nurturing and love and affection and support. It's not because you've done anything wrong, no matter what the narcissist tells you. It's not because you're bad. It's not because you're deserving. You are deserving. It's because you don't believe you are deserving. And that's that switch, that flip, that working towards reprogramming and rewiring that belief through repetition, through openness, through looking for it in the world, through seeking it out, through embracing and accepting it. When you get that, when you finally get the love that you know or should know that you deserve, things shift. And then maybe someday you are the person who can love the narcissist, give them a safe space so that they can evolve and grow too. So I hope you have a beautiful day. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling trapped, we're growing this wonderful group of women who've had narcissistic mothers or spouses or partners or wounds or damages or even past lives. We come together in a space of love and compassion and kindness. We learn from each other and it moves smoothly, and there's support and joy and happiness and fun and excitement and interest. And I would love it if you would join us. When we get to 40 women, that's it. Then we're making it much harder to join the group because we want to get a foundation for the whole year. Because can you imagine a year where you get to finally feel loved. Oh my gosh, where you finally get to hear the things you need to hear when you are surrounded by beautiful, wonderful, loving, kind, smart, funny, successful women. What a gift. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine where you'll be after a year of that? You end up in a pretty great space, and the women in the group can attest to it. It doesn't even take long. It doesn't even take long. It just takes like a few months, not even that. And suddenly you're like, my life is different. I'm living my life different. I'm thinking about my life different. It's because you finally get what you need. It's perfect. Okay. So if you want some support, if you want some help, if you want, to make 2020 much, much better, reach out. There's a link above in the text. Check out the sales page. It's not as soft as I would like. It's a little salesy. So I'm rewriting it to better reflect who I am and what the group is and how we work, which is a space of love and kindness and joy and fun. And not the fluffy bunny kind where it's all like, oh, more like the, hey, who are you? You love essential oils? Hey, so do I. That's so cool. Or, hey, how did you deal with this? Oh, you dealt with it that way? That's awesome. It's moving in a positive, supportive, loving direction, which is what you needed all along. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in this place. This is the missing piece for you, the missing piece of love. And when you start getting it in your life, you're even more capable of giving it. So have a great rest of your day. I have a wonderful one planned for myself, and I'll see you later. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll talk to you later. Bye.